everyone, it's Leslie Truex here, and I am sorry my video is so blurry today. Not quite sure why that's happening. I've reached out to my tech people to get some help on it, but until it's fixed, I still want to do this video and hope it won't distract you too much. I get email all the time about working at home. People are telling me that they're searching and searching and they're just not finding anything that they can do from home. So I wanted to talk to you a little bit about what you need to stop doing in your work at home search, what you need to start doing in your work at home search, and the things you need to continue doing to be successful. So let's start with the things you should stop doing right now. The most important thing that you need to give up right now is looking for something that's fast and easy, particularly the fast. I have talked to tons and tons and tons of people who work from home. I did a podcast for 7 years, every week for 7 years, talking to people who work from home. And I can tell you, none of them decided today they wanted to work from home and then tomorrow were earning a regular, steady income that was meeting the goals they set for themselves. The reality is, even in the traditional work world, if you wanted to start a business or if you wanted to get a job, those things take time. You don't just sign up today and work at home tomorrow any more than you sign up today and work at home in the traditional work world. So if your work at home search is based on trying to find something that you can sign up, maybe send a few bucks in and be typing or doing data entry or licking envelopes or whatever you're thinking you can do, and have it be making a steady income the next day, you are just going to continue to have trouble. People who look for fast and easy options to work from home are more likely to get scammed, or they're more likely to get involved in business opportunities that could be legitimate, but because you didn't take the time and research, it may be a business that you are not actually interested in doing. Which actually brings me to the next thing you need to avoid, and that are the shiny objects. There's a lot of great ways to make money from home, and it is easy to get sidelined or distracted by all this talk of, you could sign up here and have a business online right now and make thousands of dollars a day, and all the hype and things that are out there when it comes to working from home. And while many of these options can be very successful, most of them are not successful overnight. And one of the things that you really need to consider is whether or not it's a business you want to do, because success in working at home, especially in a business, comes from wanting to do a business. So if you just sign up because it's like, you can make a lot of money selling these widgets, and you get started selling widgets and all of a sudden you realize you hate widgets, it's hard to make money doing something that you hate. So it's really important that you do not get distracted by shiny objects. And this is true if you actually have started, maybe you're freelancing, or maybe you do have a business. Maybe it's through Etsy or your own blog or something. It can be really easy to get distracted by shiny objects that way too. These are things that tell you, do this instead. Or maybe they might be things you think will help what you're doing. The problem is successfully working at home requires consistent, steady work on what it is that you're doing. And shiny objects can take your time and effort away from those things that will make you successful in your choice of what you want to do. And whenever you get distracted from that, it's going to slow down your progress. So those are the things you need to stop doing right now. Stop looking for fast and easy. Stop being distracted by the shiny objects. So what do you need to do to be successful working at home? Well, the first thing is you need to learn about working at home. You need to know what people do and don't do from home. Have you ever met anybody making a living stuffing envelopes? I doubt it. So right there, it should be abundantly clear that that is not a legitimate work at home option. If you read sites like workathomesuccess.com and other really excellent work at home resources, you will learn what people do from home and what they don't do. They don't lick envelopes. They don't process rebates. They don't assemble earrings or little doll houses or anything like that. In fact, if you were to pay attention to the titles that people who work at home have, a lot of them are the same that you're going to find in the regular world. Instead of an administrative assistant, though, it might be a virtual assistant. There's bookkeepers, there's teachers, there's nurses, there's website designers, there's writers. So really, they're doing the same jobs everybody else is doing. They're just doing them from home. And then, of course, the same is true in a business. You can meet people who sell on eBay or Etsy or who have their own e-commerce store. You can meet people who have successful blogs, and you can learn from all of them. And that's what you should do. You need to first, in order to keep yourself safe, find out what work at home is and what it isn't. The second thing you need to do is take inventory of what it is you have to offer. If you want a work at home job, what jobs can you do? What duties are you skilled at? What experiences do you have? If you want to start a home business or want to start a blog, if you want to do something entrepreneurial on your own or even freelance, what skills do you have that you have to offer somebody? It doesn't matter if you're looking for a job. It doesn't matter if you want to start a home business or freelance. Basically, you are selling something. You are selling your skill, your product, your service, whatever it is, which means somebody on the other end needs to want to buy it. So what sort of skills and experience, knowledge do you have that somebody else will want to buy? And the cool thing is you can draw from your education, you can draw from your work experience, but you can also draw from places like your hobbies, your interests, your volunteer work, things that you're passionate about. I recommend making a list of all of it without filtering out whether or not you think it's something that can make money. Write it all down because you never know. The third thing you need to do is then research. How can these things make money and are there opportunities to do it online? So if you like to write, what kinds of things can you do to get paid to write? You could be a freelance writer. You could be a book writer. You could be a blog writer. You could be a copywriter. There's all sorts of ways to make money with words. If you're a teacher, how can you sell your teacher skills? There's plenty of places that hire virtual teachers, plenty of places that hire virtual tutors. Maybe you want to start your own tutoring business. So you really want to look at the skills that you have and who's willing to pay for them. And if you're looking for a job, you're then looking for places that hire people that do those jobs. If you're looking to go on your own as a freelancer or home business owner, you're looking for places that want to buy what it is that you're selling, whether it's a service or a product. And finally, you got to make a plan. So once you have an idea, you need to figure out, okay, how do I put that in action? If I want a work at home job as a teacher, what do I do next? You search for work at home teaching jobs. There's plenty of them out there. Work at Home Success, we have several on the job board. I email them out several times a week. So you could start there. And there's a lot of other resources that also offer information for teachers who want to work virtually. So the plan would be you're going to search. The plan would be you're going to create a resume. The plan would be you're going to tweak that resume for each teaching job that you apply to. The plan would be you're going to do it every day until you get hired. If you want to start an Etsy business, you want to do your research on that and then make a plan on what you need to do. How do you create your products? How do you sign up for Etsy? How do you list them on Etsy? How do you control your inventory and take care of selling stuff? Maybe you don't want to be in charge of shipping, so maybe you're thinking, oh, well, maybe I'll sell it through Amazon in their Fulfillment by Amazon program. Maybe you just want to start a blog. And again, you're going to research and plan. How do you start a blog? What are you going to write about? What platform are you going to build it on? Everything you want to do starts with research and a plan. And then, of course, once your plan is in place, there's some things you need to do. One of them is you need to do the plan. Whatever plan you made, you need to work it. And you need to work it regularly. That's every day or as much as you can. You can't expect to make a full-time income, though, working haphazardly or around baby's nap time. So it's not something that you can just do once a month or sometimes here and sometimes there, and oh, I have a minute, maybe I could do it. Part of your plan is setting up a schedule where you are going to every day be working on that plan, because that's how things get done. The second thing you want to do is network. Richard Bowles, who wrote the parachute books, What Color is Your Parachute, for years and years and years. They are excellent books. But I remember reading, and this was actually a couple of years ago, one of the versions a couple of years ago, where he had a statistic in there that said the majority of people who were finding jobs were doing it through networking. So if you want a work at home job, access your network. But networking is also true today in home business and freelancing and service-based businesses. Basically, that's what LinkedIn is. But LinkedIn is not the only place to go network. There's people networking on Twitter and Facebook. There's people networking because they're going out in the world. They're going to conferences and workshops. They're joining their local chamber of commerce. But connecting with people and letting them know what you do and how you can help them. And more particularly, you want to approach them in how I can help you, not with, will you hire me or how can you help me or will you take me on, but doing the reverse, offering value, offering to help them with something. They're going to remember you. So even if they can't hire you then and there, maybe they will know somebody. So networking has become more and more crucial when it comes to success. And I would say that even in the traditional work world. I have met plenty of people who have found their work because they have gone to networking events or they had contacted people who then put them in touch with people. Don't discount the power of the network. The next thing you need to do is evaluate your plan. You've made this plan. Is it working? And if it's not working, why not? What is not working for you? Where are you falling short? So you need to evaluate, and then you need to tweak your plan, change your plan, add something new, take something out. But you need to make sure that you're not just spinning your wheels. You want to make sure that the effort you're putting in is actually moving you closer and closer and closer to your goal. The final thing that you need to do is never quit. I have plenty of people that I hear from through email who've been with Work at Home for Success for a long time, love them to death. But a lot of them have quit, come back, quit again, come back and quit again. And you just can't do that. Some people just quit and they never even come back to it. Now, I don't want to say that working at home is easy. I don't want to say that it's a straight line because it's not. Working at home is like a roller coaster, especially when you're getting started. You're going to have good days, you're going to have bad days. You're going to have things that go well, and you're going to have things that completely tank and discourage you and frustrate you. And I promise you, I have wanted to quit plenty of times. I've wanted to quit even when I was doing well. I've had things that I just thought, I don't want to do this anymore. So it's just a fact of life. You feel that way about other things in your life, you're going to feel that way about working at home. Everything in life has ups and downs and ebbs and flows. The same thing is in working at home. The difference between people who are successful at working at home and those that aren't are quitting. They don't quit. They keep going, they keep moving forward, they evaluate, they work their plan, and they go and they go and they go and they go until they are successful. So that's it. That is the secret to working at home. The secret isn't some special program that you can sign up for. It isn't something that people are keeping from you. And if only you had this, it's, all these external things that we often blame for, or the excuses for not being able to find success. Certainly things in our lives might slow us down, but everybody that I know who works from home, and there are millions of us out there, this is what they did. They stopped looking for fast. They stopped looking for easy. They stopped being distracted by the shiny object. And instead, they focused on learning what they needed to know, taking inventory, listing all the great things they had to offer, either an employer or a client or a customer, doing the research they needed to do in order to make a plan, and working that plan, using their network to help them expand their service or what they could do. evaluating whether or not that plan was working, making appropriate tweaks if they had to, and continuing to do it over and over and over, day after day, week after week, month after month, sometimes year after year, until they found their success. And I guarantee you that's going to be a better route for you than continuing to search for Google on something that you can sign up for today and work at home tomorrow. So that's it. If you have any questions or comments, I would love to hear them down in the comment section under the discussion. I do encourage you to come back to WorkAtHomeSuccess.com. There are nearly 20 years worth of articles and information about how to be successful working at home, how to decide the best work at home for you, specific methods to making money from home, work at home jobs. It is all there. All that information you need is over at WorkAtHomeSuccess.com. So please come on over and check it out. Also, don't forget to like this video and follow my channel for more great tips and information on how to become a work at home success.